Well, good afternoon. Welcome back. It's the Trigger, Rich Bond Trigger with 2 p.m. with the Trigger. Monday through Fridays, I jump on for a little bit to give you coaching insights. And I was off all last week, but I wasn't off the air. And so, hence the conversation topic for this entire next week. Today is going to be part one. And every day this week at 2 p.m., I'm going to jump on and I want to hear your comments, your feedback, your input from chats, from the chat box that scrolls on whatever platform. We're on multiple platforms here again today. But I would love to hear your thoughts on summits, virtual summits. We're going to get serious about this all week long. I'm going to get really deeply into it. Last week, I spent 5 days, 2 hours every day, co hosting, producing, interviewing on another summit. And it got me thinking the whole way through it, talking with a lot of people. I produce a lot of summits. I host a lot of summits. I have interviewed thousands of people. And more, I'm hearing the comments of the value of summits is not good. I'm hearing the comments that the speakers, the experts are really not experts. We're not one to pay for it because it should just be free content. And the list goes on and on and on. I'm really curious this week what you think about summits. Have you experienced good summits? Have you been to a summit where you go home run after home run after home run? Great. Tell me about it. If you've been to summits where it was a bait and switch, and we've all been to those, I've hosted those, not that I knew I was going to host it, but in the middle of it, I realized I'm working with a bait and switch situation. Bad, 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 bad. I would love to get into this more because I believe in summits. I have fun doing summits. I think they're a great way to get conversations, get content, to grow. But I also think there's better ways to do it than some of the ones I've been a part of, and I'm sure some of the ones that you've been a part of. So I'd really be interested today to hear about what makes a great summit all week long. We're gonna dig this in and rip this apart. And just to set the stage, I think part of the struggle with summits is everyone says it's a great summit, great, incredible, awesome leaders. These are experts in their field. Let me call timeout. And let me just admit right now, they aren't. Now you can blow up my chat. You can say anything you want, bring it on. Great. I love it. But not every summit can have great experts, great leaders. They're just not that way. They aren't the top echelon people every time because some of those top people are doing their own events at a big ticket, live in person or hybrid, but they're not always popping up on your events. Now, I have been privileged, and this week will be another one of those opportunities. I'm going to be involved with another summit. I'll be co hosting and producing with Sandra D. Robertson. Sandra is a high level, high power female leader, and she's going to do a thing on female leadership. Some of her guests on this one are home run, top level. And I'll be honest, some may not be at that top echelon. There's still good stuff, but they're not all home run, all top tier people. I get to work with people like Jim Cathcart, who has won every award for public speaking in the world. It's not an exaggeration. He has written over 32 books. He has traveled the globe on stages everywhere to sold out arenas. And he has worked with many of the classics. So I can say I've worked with them, and I've also been on summits where no, they're not there. So part of the premise, I think, when it comes to summits is let's be transparent and let's be honest about the caliber of speakers, of the panels, of the experts, and where they're at. Maybe some of our summits should have, here are our A-listers. And probably a good summit is going to have 2, maybe 3 top A-list people that you would say are experts in their field. You get that at in-person summits. I've gone to summits where they intentionally put a rock star at the beginning, they put a rock star at the end, and they'll put a rock star somewhere in the middle of the summit. So it's like a roller coaster. You're going up and down between. And it keeps your attention. and you get what you pay for. What if we start off by saying, here is the A-listers. These are the experts. These are the platinum, the gold, the rock stars. Then what if we literally said, and you're being transparent with the people you're bringing on, but you can't afford all these rock stars, okay? Then you have the next level of these are just the experts. Now, these are not Hall of Famers, these are not all-star rock stars, but they are experts in their niche, in their space. What if we tiered it off that way and said, here are those people on? And then to round out the other part of it, what if level 3 is, here are some up-and-comers. Now, at one point, we were all up-and-comers. At one time, we were all moving up and up and trying to make a name for ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hear me out. There's nothing wrong with any one of these levels. But let's all be honest about the people we have on our events and the level they're at. So when you buy a ticket, you know what you're buying. And I do believe virtual summits are worthy of paying for. We're going to get into that throughout the week as well. But would that help you to select a worthy summit? I think it would help me. I think it would help me as a host and as a showrunner. And I co-produce and co-promote many of these events. Again, I do hundreds of them per year. I think it would be great to be able to say, here's what we have, the different levels, the different capacities. And then you would stop with all the catchphrases and all the buzzwords that nobody believes anymore anyway. That's one thing. By not promoting properly, by not strategically aligning your summit properly, we're doing ourselves no good. And we're not doing any good to the next summit we'll be on or the next summit we produce. Because we've all been lumped together as being the greatest, the best, the most outstanding, the most unbelievable. It just is not sustainable. If you want to make a sustainable movement, have sustainable projects, and if you want to have summits that will draw people, let's be honest and stop all the fluff and let's get serious about what this summit is. Now, part of the other thing is when you come to a summit, and we're going to dig deeper, you can't be all things to all people. I really, really, really would like to see summits stick on one subject matter instead of being a catch-all to catch everybody. The old saying, if you aim for nothing, you get nothing. Stop having summits that you cover every subject on social media, every subject on presentation. Why not pick one subject and literally beat that thing inside and out, rip it up, tear it apart, put it back together again? I think people would be more interested in something like that, where they know they're going to peel back the onion deeper and deeper and further. So let's present who we have properly. Let's present who we have with a topic and matter. We're going to talk about that this week. Again, this is a little trash can thrown out here. I want to get the conversation going this week. I really want you to think about summits. I at least do 1 or 2 summits a month. I'm planning my own summits, and I want these to stick. I want these to be of value. I want these to really make an impact with people. Looking back on my career, on the in-person and virtual events I've gone to, I have booklets, binders full of rich material from in-person, virtual, hybrid events now that are unbelievable. The content, the takeaways, the PDF, the workbooks, all the things that went into a killer summit. And I also have some that I've gotten printed out, taken care of, and went, no, there was no thought, there was no energy, there was nothing of value. I come from the approach of, if you're going to do a summit, if you're going to do something where you're bringing a collective of people around, everyone in that collective needs to provide great content for takeaways. The days of coming to a summit and not having something new for your utility are long, long gone. We just keep doing the old stuff, the same stuff. We ask people to be on our summits. We ask people because their name because of the collection of likes and followers and fans and all their email list. I think part of creating summits is those people need to bring their best to the table and put it in to the collective booklet, the binder. The last one we did this last week, the Standout Summit, we are literally making a book of the content live from the event, and we're making a booklet of other things added in from all the different content providers to have an amazing post book. And Standout Summit, Shannon Peel, by the way, Shannon Peel did a great job, but we're going to have a book launch party for this amazing full content. So it's not just in the moment. You now have content after the moment to take home and add to it. Summits. They are a powerful, powerful thing that can amplify you, your brand, your authority. You can help and scale and help other people. And you can have a total summit that's a bust. And you can see it from day one. You can see the number, everyone comes flooding on in. They pay their money. And day by day, hour by hour, the attendance goes down, 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 down until you get to the end, and it's you and your producer at the end. Or maybe your sister, if she's going to help support you. No one wants to go through that. No one wants to have a bad summit. So let's fix it. Let's work this week and literally have great discussions on what do you want out of a summit. I already have a post up on social media. I'm going to repost it and reshare it. I would love to have you throw in your comments. I've already got some amazingly rich comments. We're going to start with those tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to read some of the comments that are coming in on this idea of what do you want out of a summit. By the end of the week, we're going to have great ideas. And I want you to literally take those ideas and create super dynamic, on target summits. No more fluff. No more overly used catchphrases. I want you to start succeeding. I want you to be able to put $200 on a summit that's worth coming for $200. Yes, virtually. A summit worth coming for $200. I want you to be able to do that. We're all trying to create great stuff. We're all trying to make it an impact and grow our brands and grow our careers. What if we made a pact? What if we start off this project this week? Not a single one of us has another free summit ever again. We're giving away content. We're giving away talent. We're giving away hours and resources and invested time. We're asking everyone to do this for free. What if we literally said there will be a price to come to my summit? And as we do these better and better and better, the ticket price will go up. And you'll actually make solid revenue off of solid events. You will be able to hire more talent because you'll have a revenue funnel to come into. You will be able to hire producers like myself to come in and help you. You will be able to hire MC quality people to do these events. I get more calls right now on hosting, co-creating, emceeing events than anything else in my business funnel right now. I do. I'm here to help you elevate that part of your funnel as part of the media that is so rich, so amazing, and yet so often in reality is horrible. Stop doing horrible summits. Let's do greater, better things in 2023. I'm really excited to be talking on this week. I know I may offend some of you. I'm okay with that. I know I may challenge some of you. Bring it on. I know I'm going to have you jump in the chat box and say, what if? Great. Let's do that this week, live at 2 p.m., Monday through Friday, here with The Trigger. And if you see the chats, if you see the comments, jump into it. Let's make summits better and better. If you have any questions on this, I would love to hear from you. Rich@richbondtrigger.net. Rich@richbondtrigger.net. That starts my own email. It opens up the email. And again, I take every one of my own emails personally, not an assistant, not an aide. It comes directly to me. Also, tonight we are launching our Podcast 101. It's not a summit, it's a 4-week course. A 4-week course. And I'm taking my 36 years of broadcast media. I'm a master interview. I have done this for 36 years, hosting, producing, leading radio and television. Now, podcast is the new radio. It is the new radio. Tonight, we're going to talk about interview skills. How do you, as a host, get the most out of a guest? How do you ask the right questions? How do you listen better? How do you create a narrative that by the end, your listeners go, that was good. That was worth my time. Let's talk about it tonight. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Some of the places we'll be able to get it right away immediately. I'm going to go on the post side, put in the chat on the other channels that don't have that capability right now as we stream live. And remember to use the password. It's going to be the password is really easy. Podcasting 101. Podcasting 101 gets you 20% off our 4-week every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 4 consecutive Mondays, 1 hour long, 4 different topics that will help round you out. If you're just beginning podcasting, here's a great place to jump in. If you've been podcasting and you're struggling or need a shot of the arm, come and join us. We'll put the link, the registration, everything right there. And again, yes, you're going to pay for this because it's worth the content. And think about this. It's worth investing in yourself to produce better quality, higher podcasts and learn. I hope you can join us. I hope you'll be there, and I'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. as we read from the mailbox people's comments and thoughts on how to have better summits in 2023. Hey, until tomorrow, I'm the Trigger Rich Bontrager. I look forward to connecting with you. Have a great day, and we'll see you at 2 p.m.